NWJP is a legal organization that strategically deploys kind of all the tools in our toolbox to support low-wage immigrant and contingent workers. We litigate, we engage in policy advocacy, we support worker organizing, do outreach and education, and we do that work on a local, state, and national level. NWJP's mission is to protect workplace dignity by supporting the efforts of low-wage immigrant and contingent workers to improve their wages and working conditions, eliminating the imbalances of power in the workplace that lead to inequity. We really believe that true, long-lasting systemic change in the workers' rights movement must be led by our most vulnerable workers to improve the future for all working families. One memorable case started really with an organizing effort that the AFL-CIO and the local bakers union tried to do. They tried to organize a manufacturing company that employed primarily refugees and immigrants that worked 10 to 12 hours a day, standing on a line baking products for Starbucks and grocery stores. The organizer and one of their lead workers came in saying there has to be something we can do to improve the working conditions. And so I got to meet Mr. Mazawa, or Ignacio, a middle-aged gentleman from Mexico who had worked at the company for a number of years. And the organizer and Ignacio sat down with me and explained the grueling conditions, the 12 hours on your feet, the lack of breaks. We came up with a novel theory based on an old daily overtime law in Oregon, and we brought a class action suit. Immediately, employer groups ran to the Oregon legislature to change the law. So we went down to fight the employer groups and were able to get the employer's law amended to really provide some substantive changes and protection for manufacturing workers that weren't there before. Limits on weekly hours, penalties, and restrictions on how many hours in 24 hours you could work. We were able to get over $500,000 for our clients, thousands of dollars to workers who worked hard every day. Our work really is about racial justice. I mean, because racial justice is economic justice, it's climate justice, it's all connected. And part of what we're doing in our work is really trying to address the inequities that come from racism in our communities. We founded 6 years ago a coalition called Safe Jobs Oregon that's focused on improving health and safety in Oregon. The coalition is of unions and academics, immigrants' rights groups, workers' groups. We also have, for the last almost 20 years, created a space of low-wage worker legal advocates across the country. We have a network called the Low-Wage Worker Legal Network that is now 800 lawyers and advocates across almost every state in the United States and in Mexico, from over 150 nonprofit organizations and a number of plaintiff-side firms. And every month we get together to train each other on cutting-edge issues in low-wage worker cases. We engage in policy advocacy and litigation that no one organization would be able to do alone. At NWJP, we've really been able to take the policy ideas that have been generated nationally and test them locally. And we've been able to experiment locally and share our policy and litigation strategies nationally to try to get the changes to spread. And I think that's one of the important parts of our work, that back and forth communication. We are deeply appreciative of this award because to us it recognizes the impact that an organization like ours can have just by doing the work of every day empowering and giving the tools to vulnerable workers